any drastic changes in their life, such as a new baby coming into the home. And we were like, oh no, he must be so sad that Lila's here.
I didn't realise how quick you can fall asleep. Like you're breastfeeding, then you're like, I'm like, bloody hell, she's asleep quick.
What would you rank them?
Postpartum, the worst.
Where would your birth come in that?
Oh, why are you making it awkward?
Go on, just slot birth in. Where did birth go?
There's this baby in the world, you're meant to feel the happiest you've ever felt. But there were moments where I would lock myself in the room and cry.
Instead of kissing, she just puts her face on him like that. And I'm like, she might as well kiss him, it's the same thing. Hey guys, and welcome to our brand new podcast, The 3am Club, with me, Caitlin.
And me, Leah.
We'll be talking everything about our relationship and parenting and everything that comes along with that.
Pooey nappies.
Couple fights.
Screaming toddlers.
And sleepless nights. So you're going to hear all about our parenting adventures, the good, the bad, and the mad, as we become parents of 2.
And we'll also bring some amazing guests along for the ride.
We want to hear all about your parenting tips and hacks, funny stories, couple fails, and questions on our segment, The Midnight Mail. So welcome to the 3am Club. Hey guys, and welcome to the 3am Club with me, Caitlin.
And me, Leah.
We are back from the pre-recorded episodes. Lila is here with us, and we are going to be doing a new segment on this podcast where we are going to be talking about regular realities, which is basically us telling you and showing you about everything away from the microphones.
Being a mum of 2 under 2, it's not rainbows and glitter.
No.
We have a lot of reality checks.
Definitely.
So Caitlin, what reality should we talk about first?
Yesterday, Leah was in the bar, and I was with Lila. Oakley was in bed, and I really needed to go to the toilet. So I went to the toilet and I had Lila in her little rocker beside me, and she decided this was the perfect time she wanted to breastfeed. And I was like, oh no, what am I meant to do? So I ended up breastfeeding her on the toilet.
I feel like that is going to be so normal. Like months down the line, that would be a regular reality. Like you would do that all the time.
Yeah, it's true. But she is such a hungry baby.
Every 20 minutes, she is looking for the boob.
Wanting food. It's actually crazy. And we were thinking maybe it's just that she really likes breastfeeding. But even when we give her the bottle, she will drink 3 ounces on the bottle and then 20 minutes later still want more. But
I really hope she's going to be a chubby baby, because you just worry less when they've got a lot of reserve, because God forbid if they get unwell.
Yeah.
It's less of a worry.
Yeah, it's true. She's doing really well.
So what's another regular reality of this week?
So you were feeding Oakley. You just changed Lila. You had, was it wee or poo? All over your trousers.
Oh, Lila's wee, Oakley's food. Literally. I feel like when you're a mum, all of that goes out the window. You only wear nice clothes when you have to. Otherwise, it's a pajama day every day.
Yeah, because you're definitely gonna just get something on you.
And
if it's snot, sick, wee, poo, you just have to live knowing that that's going to be on your clothes.
But I kid you not, I did not change straight away. I'm not going to do more washing. So I kept this on for as long as I physically could. Is that really bad?
No, I feel like that's normal.
I just got a wiped it off and then carried on with the day, because the washing right now is
crazy. We have so much washing. And my aunt was staying over to help us this week, and she was very rigid with not washing Lila's clothes with Oakley's clothes and our clothes. So we've been doing completely separate washes, and it is crazy.
And she really with the washing, she's so anal about it. Everything has to be the whites, the colours, the blacks.
Yeah.
And today was the first day we've done our own washing, because she's gone home. Yes, we did obviously separate Lila's to Oakley's and ours. But the blacks went in with the whites. And
we did not do what she was doing at
Ain't nobody got time for that, Caitlin.
No, literally.
Going back to before, when I'm I'm not going to change my outfit if it's got sick on, whatever. The same about your body, really. We haven't shaved for so long.
No, I keep going in the shower every evening, and I'm I must bring the razor to shave my armpits. And I don't think I've shaved them in about 3 weeks.
No.
But I just don't have the time or the energy to or the memory to actually get the razor and bring it in there with me.
But growing up, I used to shave, like, it's actually quite sad. I used to shave every day.
Yeah.
Like, literally every day. I would have no hair and I'd just be in the...
Even at the start of our relationship, I remember
Yeah.
you would always, like, shave your legs and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a regular reality, but my belly button looks so weird.
Your belly button has gone through stages.
Yeah.
It's gone on a journey.
Yeah, at the end of pregnancy, it was like a full outie. Leah was absolutely mortified by it.
No, that sounds awful. She was a clone. She had no belly
What?
button. Isn't there like an episode in Futurama or something? My dad used to, when I was young, it's so weird. He used to check if I was a clone, if I had a belly button.
But everyone has a belly button.
No, but if you don't have a belly button, you're a clone.
But I do have a belly button.
But you didn't in pregnancy.
I did. It was just out. It was like an outie.
You had no belly button. I have seen outies. This was like a straight, like no belly button. And
Really?
yeah.
Well, now it just looks so weird. It's slowly going back in, but it's huge. It's like so open, and it's really weird.
It is. It's
It is.
getting better.
Yeah.
But your cousin's actually scared of belly buttons.
Yeah, so I keep sending her photos of my belly button because she hates them.
Such a Caitlin thing to do. If you hate something, just send you pictures. Get you out of the fear.
And every time I send it, she is like, Caitlin, why are you doing this to me? But she's pregnant actually herself, so I wonder if her belly button's going to go weird and how she'll cope with that.
Oh, I wonder.
Maybe just avoid looking at her stomach for the next 9 months.
It's amazing what your stomach's done and like how it's changed so much so quickly. Like the difference between our bellies, I had a C-section.
Yeah.
And I feel like my belly took a lot longer.
Do you think?
Like they're never going to go back to normal, but like you don't even look like you've been pregnant.
I do.
You don't.
I do. When you see me without clothes on, I definitely do.
I don't think you do.
It is crazy how your whole body like completely changes. Apparently it takes 6 weeks for your uterus to go back to its original size. Because can you imagine it fit a whole baby in there? It was like huge. And then your uterus is like the size of, I don't know, like an apple or something normally.
We were in the bed last night and you were like, feel my belly. Like,
Yeah, because it
felt
feels
really
weird.
strange, didn't it? It was like sort of, I can't explain it, like not squidgy, but like there was air in it where like the baby used to be.
And now it's just empty.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Feels
crazy.
So strange.
You found it so hard this week with like health anxiety, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely.
That is probably like the biggest struggle of this week.
Yeah.
Because Caitlin's getting a bit of a cold. So every day this week you've taken COVID tests. And I'm like, to you, Caitlin, you do not have COVID. You have a normal cold. Like everyone has.
But everyone is like, you can't get a newborn sick. You have to avoid getting a newborn sick. So I'm like, oh no, Oakley's got a cough. What are we meant to do? Like, is she going to catch it? Like, how will she react if she catches it?
She has your breast milk. So that is literally every time she's drinking, it's medicine.
Apparently it's got all the antibodies in. So, which is good, but that's been hard.
So you've not felt well. Oakley has had quite a bad week actually this week. So from the beginning of the week, we actually started him on vitamins.
Yeah.
And these vitamins, we did not realise, make you very constipated.
Yeah, well, it reacts differently to everyone, but it's made him very constipated.
And it has actually been heartbreaking. He's been crying in pain. So obviously we didn't realise it was a constipation from the vitamins. So we were like, oh no, what's wrong with him? And then he's also got a cough and a bit of a cold.
Yeah. But we Googled causes of constipation in toddlers.
Oh.
And on one of the things it said, like, any drastic changes in their life, such as a new baby coming into the home. And we were like, oh no, he must be so sad that Lila's here. And he's like really in pain and constipated because like a new baby's
So when
come in.
people came in the house, like my mum, I'd be like, do not look at Lila yet. You put all your attention on Oakley. Like I was so anal with it. I was like, you just focus on Oakley.
Yeah.
Lila will have no idea she's with us. Pay attention to Oakley.
And then we realised it was actually the vitamins.
Which was the biggest relief. We were so upset. And then the next day, because normally our routine is Caitlin has a bit of a lay-in with Lila because you're up every 2 hours. So I'll get up at 7, you'll probably feed her at 6, and you'll get up at 8.
Yeah.
But the day after we found out that obviously Oakley could have had the constipation from a new addition in the family, you were like, no, I'm getting up with you. Like,
yeah,
I'm
so that we both give him
morning.
all our attention in the morning, make him feel really special. But He's doing okay though, isn't he? So we've got some lactulose for him and it seems to be helping, which is good.
Yeah.
And he's teething so badly.
Oh my God. Do you know what? It's like the worst timing because he's normally absolutely fine, but we've had like a cough, a cold, teething, constipation all this week. While still like looking after a newborn, and it has been so hard.
Yeah. He's literally got like 10 new teeth in the past 2 weeks. It's crazy.
But I feel like this is going to be our life, juggling both kids constantly.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel? Because my mum's taken Oakley to soft play.
I know. I'm so anxious about that.
This has been like our sort of disagreement this whole entire week. I'm like, Oakley needs to go to his normal things like soft play. He needs to like see some friends. He needs to have like normal life. And
No, it's mainly soft play because soft play, like if every mum knows, soft play is like germ central. Every time Oakley goes to soft play, he gets some sort of illness.
Not every time. That is an exaggeration.
He does. Like 8 times out of 10, he will come back and then a few days later, he'll have a cold. But he's already got a cold, so I mean...
So I was like to Caitlin today, he's going soft play. Let him go soft play. And Caitlin was like,
I don't have a choice.
I don't have a choice. Do what you want.
Yeah.
So my mum's taken him soft play and you're anxious about it and I'm happy about it, but...
I don't have a choice. You're like, we're going. He's going, so...
Well, you know, he's got to go back to...
Yeah, he does.
There's only so much you can do in the house. So on the whole subject of like germs at soft play and everything like that, every time someone comes into the house, Caitlin is on alert. Like,
no,
let me finish this. Just before, 20 minutes ago, my mum sneezed.
No, that was a joke.
Because you sneezed? Have you got a cold?
No, I said it as a joke.
No, you didn't because you did that 2 days ago as well.
I know, but I know that she doesn't because she's fine.
And what did my mum respond? I am human. I can sneeze.
You're making me sound crazy.
I'm not, but you make me sound crazy most episodes. So it's my turn now.
I know. It's just like, I just don't want anything to happen to them. I'm like, I just feel so protective, especially because she's so young. I know. And then we've had a lot of guests over as well. So every time a guest comes over, we're like, are you sure that you're okay?
Every time someone comes over, you get the hand sanitizer out. Like, if you're going to touch Lila's, hand sanitize your hands.
Yeah, it's true.
So we're talking a lot about how obviously we're so worried about Lila with germs because she's so small. Oakley's 15 months and we still don't let people kiss him.
No, not really, no. I feel like though because so many people haven't kissed him from like being a newborn because a lot, like you don't kiss newborns. I feel like they just don't kiss him.
No, I've seen my mum a few times go to kiss him, stop, but instead just sniff him, like sniff the top of his head. Like, you know, as if you're going to kiss the top of someone's head.
Yeah.
She's just like...
Do you know what she does? It makes me laugh. She just like, instead of kissing, she just puts her face on him like that. And I'm like, she might as well kiss him. It's the same thing. She like puts her whole lips and everything just on him. Like, I don't know if she thinks it because she's not doing that it's not a kiss.
I just see her do that as well.
Every day.
I feel like to us, like we just want to kiss him all the time. So people must think that like, oh, I just wish I could kiss him.
Yeah. A lot of people do kiss newborns and stuff. And I feel like I just would never do that. I wouldn't get the urge to kiss somebody else's baby. Do you?
I did once actually kiss someone's baby, didn't I? Newborn baby, yeah. Yeah, I remember you whispering to me saying, don't kiss the baby.
Yeah.
I feel like for me though, it's like if I know the baby.
Yeah.
It's a natural instinct to just want to kiss the baby.
Really?
Yeah. But that goes to how we're so different. Obviously with the kids, you're very touchy-feely. You're like, you always kiss them. But with me, I'm very touchy-feely to people who I love, like around me.
Yeah.
And I grew up like that, going back to a few episodes where we were talking about how different we are.
Yeah, and I never really grew up like that, touchy-feely. Like, as a kid, I hated hugs or anything. Like, I would not hug anybody.
I can so imagine that.
Even now, I'm not very huggy, am I?
No, but you text me sometimes saying, like, it would be nice if you hugged me. Like,
yeah.
So I'm turning like that.
Yeah, you are, actually.
I feel like when you're with someone for so long, you take their traits.
Do you think?
Yeah.
But you hug people. Do you? You're not really.
No, I don't really anymore.
No.
But only really the kids thinking about it. I don't hug people.
No, but you said you don't really hug your mum and dad either.
They hug me, but like, I don't really like the hug. I don't really like I don't know.
Is anyone else not very huggy people?
Yeah. I always thought I was huggy till we were just speaking.
No,
so that's
you're
quite
not.
new.
Even your nan hugs you funny.
Oh yeah, she hugs me from like
low down. Why?
I don't know. So I know you don't like hugs, so I'll just hug you from low down.
Yeah, she like bends down to hug you.
Yeah.
It's really strange, actually. Yeah, so we've had a lot of family over helping, which was completely different from when we had Oakley, because when we had Oakley, we just wanted it to really be the three of us. And this time round, we've realised you really do need like a village to help.
100%.
And we've had your mum over, and she's been so helpful with Oakley, hasn't she?
So helpful. She's always taken him places, even if it's just a walk.
Yeah.
Like, she's always making sure he goes out the house just a little bit.
Yeah, she's been really good and really helpful. And then my aunt has been really helpful with like the house and everything. My cousins come over.
It's all just so different from when we had Oakley. Even my emotions feel so different. I was so protective over Oakley. Like, it would honestly make me cry if someone else held Oakley.
Yeah.
And I was saying that to your aunt, and she was like, I know. I remember.
She was like, yeah, nobody could really hold him.
No. And I feel like I should apologise to you for that, because that must have been stressful.
You weren't really like that with holding him. It was more the breastfeeding, wasn't it?
I feel like because I couldn't breastfeed him
Yeah.
and I carried him, and then after carrying a baby for 9 months and you're so set on breastfeeding,
Yeah.
and then you can't do it, and then you're watching your partner do it. For me, I felt like my motherly roles were taken from me like the minute he was born, which is not your fault. Like, you pumping and inducing lactation was the best thing, like the best thing. So I feel like I took a lot of anger, and then I didn't want other people to hold him.
Yeah.
But now we've got Lila, I know I'm not breastfeeding. Like, I made that decision.
Because you could have induced lactation. A lot of people don't realise that you couldn't physically breastfeed him, but you pumped and gave it to him in a bottle because you've got like inverted nipples. A lot of people think that it's not to do with
People
that.
think your supply was so fast that it affected my supply.
Yeah.
Nothing like that. Like, the baby doesn't know whose milk. Like, it was nothing to do with that. It was my nipple that was the issue.
Yeah. So you decided you didn't want to induce lactation for Lila because it was unlikely that she'd be able to latch to you. And I feel like that probably would have been harder if you like did all that work to induce lactation and then you couldn't even feed her.
Yeah. I feel like that is so refreshing for me to not have that feeling inside me, like that hatred of everyone touching our baby.
So do you not feel like that with Lila? Like, do you not mind other people holding her or?
I don't mind, no. Obviously, I wouldn't want a stranger to come up and hold her, but like, everyone that's holding Lila loves Lila and will look after Lila. And
yeah.
Oh, this is so off topic, but our best friend Connor, I feel like we always bring him up in every single podcast. He went yesterday and got a tattoo for Oakley.
Yes. How cute is that?
But it was like this oak tree, and the roots coming down is in like a shape of a heart.
Yeah. So obviously the meaning of Oakley is like a group of oak trees or like a parting in oak trees or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's related to oak trees. So he got a tattoo of an oak tree with a heart, which is so cute. And
so special.
And Connor doesn't have any tattoos. This was his first tattoo. So how special that he got it for
We
Oakley.
did not believe he was going to do this, because he's said for so many years, I'm going to get a tattoo. We're like, you say this all the time, Connor.
And he never did. And then he's actually gone and got a tattoo. And he said he's going to get one for Lila too, but he wants to like get to know her personality more and everything. And then he's going to get one for her too, which is so cute.
Yeah, so we need to get tattoos for our kids.
I know,
but
he's got it before us.
You're breastfeeding, so obviously I'm waiting for you to be able to get a tattoo, and then we're both going to get for Oakley and Lila.
I feel like once I'm not breastfeeding, we're just going to get like 5 tattoos.
Yeah, you've got a list of tattoos you want.
I literally do have a list. I remember you asked me the other day, because I carried Lila, did I have a connection different, like when she was first born, to connection with Oakley? And I feel like I literally don't know. Like, I feel like I just instantly connected with both of them. I don't feel like there was a difference. And I've seen some comments as well saying that, like, is there a different kind of love or like a different kind of connection between the two babies? Because like, I carried Lila, you carried Oakley, and I don't feel like there was a difference for me personally. Like, I felt connected.
Yeah.
I feel like I felt maybe more connected. This is really probably controversial, but I feel like I maybe felt more connected to Oakley when you were pregnant with him than I felt connected to Lila when I was pregnant with her.
Really?
Maybe, yeah.
Is it because your pregnancy was so rough?
I think it's because the pregnancy was really hard. And not that I didn't feel love for her. I loved her so much. But I feel like I couldn't focus on pregnancy because of grief and like not feeling well and like just so much stress around us that I couldn't actually enjoy the fact that there was a baby in there that we were going to bring into the world. Whereas with Oakley, although we had a lot of stress, we did have times where it wasn't as stressful, that I felt like I was able to, you know, like connect.
But I remember you saying when Oakley was born, it was like this baby came out of nowhere because you weren't carrying Oakley. And I felt that with Lila. Like, it's such a weird feeling. Because obviously what you said before, the pregnancy was honestly quite horrific. Yeah. The majority of times.
And it wasn't like because of her. It was just like the outside situation of everything that was going on. And like the hyperemesis at the beginning and stuff.
And then just to get the most beautiful baby at the end of it, it's like, wow, like you're here. Like, it's no feeling. Like, we're watching back our birth vlog from yesterday and you're like, I wish we relived the birth, didn't you?
Yeah, like I would do the birth again. Like, it was just so special, such a special moment. Would you redo Oakley's birth? Minus the induction.
I was so anxious the whole way through. I think I had that, like, I don't know if it's like a disorder, but you know when your baby is inside of you and you physically don't know how that baby's going to come out? I felt like trapped.
Yeah.
I was like, there's a baby inside of me and I can't get it out.
I know.
Just at the very end. So I don't know. I would relive being pregnant again. But if everything goes smoothly, because every pregnancy is sort of like a stress.
Yes.
But I wouldn't relive the birth.
Really? What would you rank them? So the first trimester, second trimester, third trimester, birth, and postpartum. What would you rank them?
Postpartum,
from good to
worst. The worst. Then trimester 4 because we were moving house. And trimester 3 because we were moving house and it was so stressful. Then trimester 2 was my favourite.
And then where did birth come in that?
Oh, why are you making it awkward?
Go on, just slot birth in. Where did birth go?
Seeing Oakley was the best, so that would be at the beginning, but the actual birth would be after, but in between postpartum and trimester 1.
Really? So it was quite high up there on being your worst.
I was having panic attacks every single minute.
Yeah, you were. You really struggled with it.
Well, I was literally like a nervous wreck.
Really?
Really?
Well, yeah, I know you were, yeah.
I was like scared of everything.
It's true. Do you want me to rank mine?
Go on, rank yours.
Okay, so far I would say postpartum. Because
the best?
Yeah, because she's here.
Yeah.
And because I'm glad I'm not pregnant anymore. And then trimester 2, because I feel like that's the best trimester. You can feel them kicking, but you don't have too many bad symptoms. Yeah. Like, that's the best one. Then birth, I would say, because I quite enjoyed birth, really, like when I had the epidural. Yeah. And then trimester 3, and then the worst was the first trimester. That was, I would not wish that on my worst enemy.
I don't know. That, looking back to that time, it was hell.
It was honestly hell.
I'm so surprised with how well you have been postpartum, because for me, postpartum was horrific. And I don't want to say it too soon because you're obviously only 10 to 12 days. But I was so worried about you, like so worried. And I don't know if it's because we've had family over.
We've been so busy. I feel like I haven't even had a chance to think.
For you, I think that's actually best.
Probably good. But why was it so horrific for you?
I think just not being able to breastfeed, comments saying, oh, he's not your son, even though I was in a vulnerable state. Like, now I can look in the camera and say, he is my son. That boy is my son, and I couldn't love him anymore if I tried.
Definitely.
Like, I love him to pieces, but being so like hormonal and people saying that such stupid comments to you, and I just found it so like, I don't know, I just felt so depressed at the beginning, and then you feel so guilty to say that because it's like, well, there's this baby in the world, you're meant to feel the happiest you've ever felt. And yes, I did feel happy, but there were moments where I would lock myself in the room and cry because I felt so overwhelmed and Which I feel like people don't talk about enough, and you feel so guilty to say that.
Yeah, because it's meant to be like the most happiest time. You've just brought this baby into the world. You're meant to be in your newborn bubble and be all happy, but it is hard.
It is hard.
I read something recently that by day 3 after giving birth, it's like the hormonal change is like going from taking 100 birth control pills a day to 0.
Wow.
Like that's how big the drop in hormones are, which is crazy. And like it's obviously going to have an effect on you.
Of course. So also, how do you think our relationship has changed? Do you think it's changed, first of all?
What, since having 2?
Yeah.
Definitely bickering less, because I feel like we don't have the time to bicker.
I feel like our relationship's been the best it's been for about 9 months.
For a good few months, yeah, for sure. I feel like we've been so busy and like so focused on the kids and their needs that we haven't really had a chance to bicker or anything like that.
No, but you've sent me some nice messages when you've been upstairs and I've been downstairs and vice versa. Like Caitlin sent me a message the other day saying, I love you so much.
I know. And you said you love me more since giving birth, which
but
is
I mean,
sweet.
like, when you've been together for 8 years, getting a message like that means so much, because we're bad like that. We don't send those messages all the time.
No, it's true. So we finally got rid of the block bed now that I have given birth. Yes. What's it like sleeping next to me again?
Lovely.
Really? I feel like there is a lot more room in the bed now that I'm not pregnant.
Yeah, it feels really roomy, doesn't it?
Yeah, because I felt like the bed was tiny when I was pregnant with my pregnancy pillow, hence why I was on a block bed. But yeah, it feels nice. There's so much room.
So much room. The blow-up bed is in the garage.
I can lay on my stomach.
Oh, you said that. You've never had such a good night's sleep.
Yeah, because my favourite sleeping position was on my front. And obviously I can't do that with a bump. So it is so nice being able to sleep on my front again.
Yeah. So although we're getting woken up every 2 hours, it's nice to be in the same bed.
Yeah.
Although you do snore now. You snore a lot since giving birth. You are snoring.
You said it's not loud though.
It's not loud, but I didn't realise how quick you can fall asleep.
I know.
After like breastfeeding, like you're breastfeeding, then you're like, I'm like, bloody hell, she's asleep quick.
I wonder why I'm snoring.
Don't know. I must video it so I can show you, because I know you'd want to hear.
Yeah, that's really weird.
So earlier this week, we actually got a very exciting delivery, and that was HelloFresh.
So for anyone that doesn't know, HelloFresh is a service that simplifies home cooking, and they literally send all the ingredients pre-measured and everything to your door with recipes.
Which is an absolute godsend. Otherwise, I think we'd be living off takeaways.
It's so true. Like with 2 under 2 and a very busy household, HelloFresh is amazing for us.
Especially when you're breastfeeding, because you're getting so many good nutrients.
Mm-hmm. And we also love HelloFresh because we're vegetarian and it's so hard to find vegetarian options out there. And they cater for so many different diet types.
I guess it's not too hard to find vegetarian options, but it's hard to find good vegetarian options.
That is true, yeah. And their recipes are so tasty. So this week we actually made spinach and ricotta ravioli, and it was delicious. It took 10 minutes.
10 minutes. It was so good. We literally made it and finished it by the time Oakley actually had a nap.
Yeah.
Which was a lifesaver, so we could actually do other things rather than just cooking.
It's so true.
HelloFresh are offering you guys 60% off your first box and free desserts for life.
Which means you can add a free dessert to your box every single week. Just use our code HELLO3AM. Oh my gosh, breastfeeding is making me so hungry and this is making it worse. So let's get back to the podcast.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Now it's time for our weekly segment, Midnight Mail, where we read messages from you guys, our lovely listeners.
Remember, you guys can get in touch too if you just DM us on Instagram. So, first question. Have you guys ever done couples therapy? And if not, would you?
No, we actually haven't done couples therapy, but I've heard so many couples recently talking about how they've been doing couples therapy and how it's like so amazing for their relationship. Like even if they don't have massive issues in their relationship, they like have said it's so good for their relationship. I feel like we probably could.
Well, we have discussed doing it before.
Yeah.
We've never got round to doing it. But Caitlin's reason for not doing it is that I will overtalk and you would be too scared to talk.
When Leah and I have disagreements or arguments, I forget what the argument is about that we've had. Like, it just will go out of my mind. Whereas Leah's the type of person that will remember every detail of every argument. So we'll go into this therapy session and Leah will be like, this is what Caitlin said. And she did this, this, this. And then I'll sit there thinking, yeah, Leah annoyed me, but I can't remember what. So I feel like that would just be pointless. But I do feel like therapy in general, like,
is amazing.
Is such a good thing to do. I feel like you don't have to have like something huge happening in your life, but it's so important to look after your mental health. Yeah. So I feel like therapy, like for couples, is a good idea, and I would definitely do it.
I can definitely see us doing it in the future.
Yeah.
Like, if you tell someone you're doing couples therapy, people think, oh my God, they're going to get divorced.
Yeah.
Like, that's the end of the line. But no, it's good. It's really good to look after your relationship.
It is. And I feel like there's always room for improvement for everything in life. So why not improve your relationship? Even if it's just small, simple things, or like how to argue better or whatever. I feel like it's really helpful.
We need to learn how to argue better.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like everyone would need to know how to argue better.
But yeah, if you're thinking of doing couples therapy, 100% would rate that.
Yeah, I think so. How early is too early to discuss kids and parenting with a partner, not having them just talking about it?
Oh, never too early.
No.
Never.
I feel like it's quite good to discuss it early, because then you're going into a relationship knowing what your partner is wanting out of the relationship. Because you could go into a relationship, be with someone for months and months, even years, and then find out that they don't want kids and you might really want kids. So I feel like it's a good early talking point to have with somebody.
100%. You want to make sure you're on the right page. Definitely. And obviously that could be a deal breaker for you. If your partner doesn't want kids and you do, then obviously you might want to look for someone else. If that's something you really, really want and they're not going to budge. Yeah,
I think it's really important to talk about.
It's so scary to have those conversations, especially if you've just met them.
Yeah, because you don't want to seem too pushy or like too forward. I'm pretty sure we started talking about kids really early on in our relationship. We were talking about like names and everything really early on, because we both have always wanted kids. So obviously that's why it worked for us, because we both had the same goal in life. So I remember talking about names and everything so early on.
I remember saying we're going to have a mini Caitlin and a mini Leah, and we literally do.
We actually do. It's crazy how much Oakley looks like me and Lila looks like you.
So the last question. Any advice for people in the first year of parenthood?
Everything that is hard, just remember that it's just a phase and that things will get easier. I feel like that is something that we've been telling ourselves a lot recently.
And also I would say take as much help as you need. Like, it really does take a village to raise a child. Don't feel like you can do everything, because you will wear yourself out, even if it's people coming over and they're cooking you a meal, they're doing your washing.
Yeah, definitely.
Say yes.
Yeah, and take so many photos and videos. We literally make sure we take photos and videos of them every day, because they grow up so fast, and it's just amazing to look back on them. Like, we always sit there in bed and look back on old photos and videos, and they're just so special to have. So definitely do that. So that is all we have time for Midnight Mail. Please keep sending in your questions, parenting hacks, funny stories, all that kind of stuff over on our Instagram. So we've spoken about so many things in this episode, all of the regular realities. You exposed me about germs.
It's about time I exposed you, though, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. We've spoken about like how our relationship has changed since having 2 under 2. Yeah, like, what do you think of it all?
I feel like it's so good to just sit down and be honest with the people watching, because we've said it so many times, but this podcast is a safe place, and I actually feel safe being able to share this with you guys and talk to you. So,
and I love reading like everyone's comments and stuff who also relate to it, and like they have their own experiences, and reading all of their experiences.
For sure. So guys, thank you so much for joining us for the 3am Club.
Make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube and follow and listen on Spotify or your podcast app of choice.
Please feel free to leave a like, comment and a really nice review.
And remember, you're part of the 3am Club too, so leave your questions, parenting tips and funny stories down below.
You can come and find us on the 3am Club podcast on Instagram and TikTok.
Bye!